Hello once again. Thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance. And we are on to our next reading, sharing of the Book of Jubilees. Okay? And I went back just a moment to the previously read section, just so that we can, for those of you who perhaps did not listen to it, we are, and for those of you who did, because even I need to go back and remind myself where we stopped. So thank you so much, by the way, subscribers. We're at 178, I believe. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. And thank you for your commitment and being interested in what is being shared here on this platform. Okay? Much love to you. And so we are at the point where I'll read the 20th verse of this section. We are at the point of where we're talking about the flood, okay? And the Lord said that he would destroy everything which was upon the earth, both men and cattle and beasts and fowls of the air, and that which moveth on the earth. Okay? And Noah, try to keep this still. And he commanded Noah to make him an ark, that he might save himself from the waters of the flood. By the way, it took Noah 100 years to build this ark. Alexa, how long did it take Noah to build the ark?
Here's something I found on reference.com. It is believed that it took Noah 120 years to build the ark. This is because of the belief that Noah was 480 years old when he received the order from God, and the flood did not occur until Noah had reached the age of 600. Noah and 7 of his family members were the only people who were on the ark. His family included his wife and 3 sons, along with his sons' wives. Noah also brought a number of animals on the ark after being instructed to bring 2 of every kind. This was done in order to preserve animal life after the flood.
So part of that is a lie. Okay, so even Alexa is telling lies. Cancel. So the truth is, it was not 2 of every clean. If you read, or 2 of every animal, if you actually read it, it is 2 of every unclean and 7 of every clean. 7 of every clean. Okay? That's a lie. I hope that's pointed out here. Okay? So, yeah. Okay, so 120 years. I was thinking that I'd read somewhere that it was 100 years. But 120, 120 years. Okay? He was 400 and something years when he received this order. Okay? And Noah made the ark in all respects as he commanded him, and in the 27th Jubilee of the years, in the 5th week, in the 5th year, on the new moon, we just had a full moon, on the new moon, okay, new moon, I'm not sure when the next new moon is. Also, we have a Mercury retrograde coming up in August. And he entered in the 6th year thereof, and in the 2nd month, on the new moon of the 2nd month, till the 17th. And he entered, and all that we brought to him into the ark, and the Lord closed it from without on the 17th evening. Excuse me. And the Lord opened 7 floodgates of heaven. 7 is so, yeah. Every number that highest divine white light is chosen is significant for times and seasons and esoteric journeys and everything. From 0 to 9. Every number holds a special place and unique meaning, and all the combinations thereof to infinity. and the mouths of the fountains of the great deep 7 months in number. And the floodgates began, it was 165 days that it rained, and the floodgates began to pour down from the heaven 40 days and 40 nights. It says 40 days and 40 nights here, but we read in the Book of Enoch that it was 160, was it in the Book of Enoch? Or maybe some other canonical text, 165 days of rain. And then the rains receded for another 165 days. Okay? Or 100 days. And the fountain of the deep also sent up waters until the whole world was full of water. And the waters increased upon the earth 15 cubits. Alexa, how high is 15 cubits?
15 cubits is 22 feet 6 inches.
Thank you. So water had risen 22 feet and 6 inches above sea level, or the Earth's highest point is what I'm actually seeing, or is what I'm actually receiving right now. So let's say Mount Everest, 22 feet and 6 inches above Mount Everest. If that, I believe that's the highest point in the... Alexa, what's the highest point on Earth?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor. According to the National Geographic Society, Mount Everest is the highest point on Earth. It is 8,850 meters, or 29,035 feet, above sea level.
There you go. I thought it was Mount Everest. Okay. And the waters increased upon the earth. 15 cubits did the waters rise above all the high mountains. See, I didn't even read that part yet. See? But that's yes. Okay. And the ark was lifted up above the earth, and it moved upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed on the face of the earth 5 months. There we go. 150 days. See, I was 150 days. And the ark went and rested on the top of Lubar, one of the mountains of Ararat. And on the new moon, in the 4th month of the fountains of the great deep, in the 4th month, the fountains of the great deep were closed, and the floodgates of heaven were restrained. And on the new moon of the 7th month, all the months of the abysses, on the month of the abysses, were opened, and the water began to descend into the deep below. And on the new moon of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains were seen. So the water was receding. And on the new moon, on the 1st month, the earth became visible, and the waters disappeared from above the earth in the 5th week, in the 7th year thereof. And on the 17th day, in the 2nd month, the earth was dry. And on the 27th thereof, he opened the ark and sent forth from it beasts and cattle and birds and everything moving. And again, he ordered 7 of every clean animal and every bird, 7, and 2 of every unclean, not 2 of every animal like the dumbass pictures and paintings that they have all around the world. Again, man has so watered down the truth that divine light has dispelled to us until it is laughable at what people actually believe, with that curly-haired, blonde-haired, Caucasian-looking man up there that's supposed to be Yeshua. Yeah, right. The people in that land were not Caucasian. Okay? They were olive-skinned people. Why do you think the Bible mentions feet of brass? Hair like wool. Why do you think that is? Does that sound like a Caucasian person? Noah's sacrifice, and he wasn't black either, just to clarify. All right, nobody's black and white. Don't get me started with racism and systemic racism in America. Nobody's black or white. The word Niger was given to from Cyrene was given to, is it Seth of Cyrene? No. It was originally N-I-G-R, was originally given, Niger meaning black, was originally given to a man, a prophet, a divine teacher, okay, that once journeyed here, okay. They called him Niger, okay, Niger of Cyrene. They called him Niger because of his dark complexion, unlike most of the other people that were around him. That later was translated to nigger, okay, by adding another G. That's where black comes, that's where the name black comes. Again, nobody's black. You see my skin color? Okay? You see that? I don't know if you could, yeah, right? Look at my leg. Does that look black to you? Okay, the ignorance is appalling. The ignorance is appalling. Noah sacrificed God's covenant with him, instructions to Moses about eating of blood, the feast of weeks, etc., and the division of the year. Okay, so let's continue. And on the new moon of the 3rd month he went forth from the ark and built an altar on the mountain, and he made atonement for the earth, and took a kid and made atonement by his blood, that's a baby goat, for all the guilt of the earth, for everything that had been on it had been destroyed, save those that were in the ark with Noah. And he placed the fat thereon on the altar, and he took an ox and a goat and a sheep and kids and salt. That's not human beings. Okay, it's the animal kids, and the 4-legged hooved animal, and salt, and a turtle dove, and the young of a dove, and placed a burnt sacrifice on the altar, and poured thereon an offering mingled with oil, and sprinkled with wine, and strewed frankincense over everything, and caused a goodly savor to arise, acceptable before the Lord. Back then, the Lord was accepting burnt offerings. Okay? And the Lord smelt the good savor, and he made a covenant with him that there should not be any more a flood to destroy the earth. The next time it'll be fire. That all the days of the earth, seed time and harvest, should never cease. You sow what you reap. Okay? Or you reap what you sow. I said it the other way around. Right? You sow what you reap what you sow. I don't know why I keep wanting to say that the other way around. You reap what you sow. Yep, that's true. And whatever you sow, that is whatever your harvest is that. However, forwards, backwards, no matter how you look at it, should never cease. Cold and heat and the summer and winter and day and night should not change their order nor cease forever. And you increase ye and multiply on the earth, and become many upon it, and be a blessing upon it. The fear of you and the dread of you I shall inspire in everything that is on the earth and in the sea. And behold, I have given unto you all beasts and all winged things, and everything that moves on the earth, and the fish in the water, and all the things for food. As the green herbs, I have given you all things to eat. But flesh with the life thereof, with the blood, ye shall not eat. For the life of all flesh is the blood, lest your blood of your lives be required. And at the hand of every man, at the hand of every beast, shall I require the blood of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. So as you do unto man, you do unto God. karmic asses. And you increase ye, and multiply on the earth. And Noah and his sons swore that they should not eat any blood that was in the flesh, and he made a covenant before the Lord God forever throughout all the generations of the earth in his mouth. So here's a misinterpretation of this, okay? Not to eat meat, you need to be vegan, or what have you, okay? That is not to eat pork, right? Whatever, right? It's funny that Elijah Muhammad did not believe in eating pork, but he was fucking women and thought that that was okay to get them impregnated and have children and then lie about it, or find some loophole in his philosophy to justify it. Isn't that interesting? On this account, he spake, and I'm speaking of Elijah Muhammad, the leader of the Nation of Islam. On this account, he spake to thee that thou shouldest make a covenant. If you ever want to know if someone's a karmic leader or not, are they justifying their actions and saying you can't do this, but I can? I remember Kevin telling all of us, his sons, who were living at that time and could understand, that he was the only one who could be a polygamous king. He told us that. In my early 20s, I was attempting to emulate that sorry-ass motherfucker. Okay? But he told us, you can't be me. That's when I stopped trying to be, right? You can't do this. Only I can be king. Only I can be the polygamist. Only I can do this. But Yeshua says, whosoever will, and he said, greater things than these will you do. Greater things than what? Greater things than turning water to wine. Greater things than telling the woman at the well that she's a hoe. Greater things than raising Lazarus from the dead. Greater things than healing the woman's child, raising him from the dead. Greater things than these will you do. He said greater things, not you can't do these things. You can do these things. I'm really channeling Malcolm X. And on this account, he spake to thee that thou shouldest make a covenant with the children of Israel in this month upon the mountain with an oath, and that thou shouldest sprinkle blood upon them because of all the words of the covenant, which the Lord, I'm being tickled right now by what I just said, which the Lord made with them forever. And this testimony is written concerning you, that you should observe it continually, so that you bind not. Did I skip a line? Oh, yes, I did. That you should not eat on any day any blood of the beasts or birds or cattle during all the days of the earth. And the man who eateth the blood of the cattle or the beasts of the field during all the days of the earth, he and his seed shall be rooted out of the land. And do thou command the children of Israel to eat not blood, so that their names and their seed may be before the Lord our God continually. So, there are a lot of things that happened pre-Yeshua's birth that he corrected with the consummation of man back to the Father. Again, we're talking about birth offerings and sacrifices and all of that here, okay? Those things were acceptable back then, because those were the purest form of offerings that could be offered. Yeshua came, cleansed the blood, consummation, opened up that line of communication and reunion back to the Father, back to highest divine white light, El Shaddai, Yahweh, Most High, okay? Opened back up that line, and so it did away with a lot of these rituals. Okay, and again, that's the gap that people do not connect. That's the great gulf between the Old Testament and the New Testament, between the religious book, the Bible, that few connect. Okay? or bridge that gap. Bridge. Okay, bridge. Okay, if you are a high divine light worker, star seed, healer, empath, ascended master, earth angel, extraterrestrial, and you are here raising the vibration of the earth, however you're doing it, great or small, it's all great, first of all. And second of all, you are a bridge for that gap. Okay, across that gap. Okay. Okay. And do thou command the children of Israel to eat no blood, so that their names and their seed may be before the Lord our God continually. For this law there is no limit of days, for it is forever. They shall observe it through their generations, so that they may continue supplicating on your behalf, with blood before the altar. Okay, so that just confirms what I just said. Back then, before the consummation, okay, Yeshua's ascension, that had to be done for that reason. Today, there's no blood on the altars. We don't need to make those sacrifices. We just need to say, here I am. Okay? And then do the work on ourselves. Every day, and at the time of morning and evening, they shall seek forgiveness on your behalf perpetually before the Lord, that they may keep it and not be rooted out. And he gave to Noah and his sons a sign that this is the rainbow, should not again be a flood on the earth. He set his bow in the clouds, that's rainbow, in the clouds for a sign of the eternal covenant, that there should not again be a flood on the earth to destroy it all the days of the earth. For this reason it is ordained on the heavenly tablets that they should celebrate the feast of the weeks in the month once a year, to renew the covenant every year. And this whole festival was celebrated in heaven from the day of creation till the days of Noah, 26 jubilees and 5 weeks of years. And Noah and his sons observed it for 7 jubilees and 1 week of years, till the day of Noah's death. And from the day of Noah's death his sons did away with it until the days of Abraham, and they ate blood. But Abraham observed it, and Isaac and Jacob and his children observed it up to thy days, and in thy days the children of Israel forgot it until ye celebrated it anew on this mountain. And that's about with Moses. And do thou command the children of Israel to observe this festival and all their generations for a commandment unto them. One day in the year, in this month, they shall celebrate the festival. For it is the feast of weeks and the feast of first fruits. This feast is twofold and of a double nature, according to what is written and engraven concerning it celebrated. For I have written in the book of the first law, in that which I have written for thee, that thou shouldest celebrate it in its season one day in the year, and I explained to thee its sacrifices, that the children of Israel should remember and should celebrate it throughout the generations in this month, one day in every year. And on the new moon of the first month, on the new moon of the 4th month, and on the new moon of the 7th month, and on the new moon of the 10th month, are the days of remembrance. And it's interesting that it's talking about quarters, so once a quarter. Okay, once a quarter. Highest Divine White Light gave Enoch the downloads and took Enoch to these esoteric portals and places, okay, and gave him the calendar, okay? Enoch got the calendar and how to break down the days for the original Egyptian calendar, okay? Again, today I think we used a lunar calendar or solar calendar. Alexa, what type of calendar is most commonly used today?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, what is the lunar calendar?
The traditional Chinese calendar is a lunisolar calendar, combining the solar, lunar, and other cycles for various social and agricultural purposes.
Okay. And no testimony forever. They are written and ordained as a testimony forever. And Noah ordained them for himself as feasts for the generations forever. One of the things that I would like to do, I don't know if my divine masculine will listen to this. They're somewhere out in this world. They are. Okay, she is. Okay. Not they, she. And so one thing that I would like to do is on the Sabbath, moving forward, once we have our promised seed, we bring forth the next generation, the next Egyptian shamans, and we bring forth the next extraterrestrials, generation of extraterrestrial. I am promised twins. I would like to do on the Sabbath, at least, in the early part of the day, what I would like to institute is on the Sabbath, we, for the first part of the day or for the start of the day, each one of us my right leg is like twinging or something. And it just started. To implement, each of us, the four of us, if she doesn't already have children, I don't know. The four of us, each are responsible, one per Sabbath, okay, responsible for bringing something to the table for us for our Sabbath, okay, some activity or something, okay. It could be nothing more than communion around the table, right, but some type of activity. So I have a Sabbath that we come together on a Sabbath. We come together 1 week and I have the activity. She has an activity on the next Sabbath, and our son and daughter have an activity on the following Sabbath. Like, I want to implement that, okay? Once we physically connect, she can tell me what she thinks about that. Okay. So that they have become thereby a memorial unto him. And on the new moon of the first month, he has hidden to make himself an ark. And on that day, the earth became dry, and he opened the ark and saw the earth. Oh, did I skip something? Oh, I think I skipped something. Okay, we're at 23 actually. We're up here. And on the new moon of the first month, and on the new moon of the fourth month, and on the new moon of the seventh month, and on the new moon of the 10th month, are the days of remembrance and the days of the seasons in the 4 divisions of the year. See, quarters, 4 quarters. We have 4 quarters in there, 3 months each. Come on. These are written and ordained as a testimony forever. And me being a former tax accountant, I'm like, oh, that's where they got the 4 quarters of the year from, right? It was divine. It just wasn't politically created. And Noah ordained them for himself as feasts for the generations forever, so that they have become thereby a memorial unto him. And on the new moon of the first month, he was hidden to make himself an ark. And on that day, the earth became dry, and he opened the ark and saw the earth. And on the new moon of the fourth month, the months of the mouths of the deep of the abysses beneath were closed. And on the new moon of the seventh month, all the mouths of the abysses of the earth were open, and the waters began to descend or recede unto them. And on the new moon of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains were seen, and Noah was glad. I wonder if Noah dealt with seasickness. And on the account, he ordained them for himself as feasts for a memorial forever. And thus are they ordained. And they placed them on the heavenly tablets. He had 13 weeks from one to another past their memorial, for the first of the second, and from the second to the third, and from the third to the fourth. And all the days of the commandment will be 20 and 50, or 2 and 50 weeks of days. And these will make the entire year complete. So 2 and 50 weeks. How many weeks are there in a year? 52. 2 and 50 weeks of days, and these will make the entire year complete. This year's a leap year. Thus it is engraven and ordained on the heavenly tablets. The book of Genesis, the Bible says nothing about any of these details. Nothing. I feel like burning that book. And don't get mad, because it's just a book, and obviously it's not the full truth. And there is no neglecting the commandment for a single year, or from year to year. And even till this day, the year is 52 weeks, and there are 4 quarters every year. Okay? Those are when your payroll taxes are due. All right. And command thou the children of Israel that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days, and these will constitute a complete year, and they will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts. For everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out of any day nor disturb any feast. But if they do neglect and do not observe them according to his command, then they will disturb all their seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order, and they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances, and all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and the seasons and Sabbaths, and they will go wrong as to all the order of the years. For I know, and from henceforth shall I declare it unto thee, and it is not of my own devising, Noah saying, or Moses is saying, for the book lieth written before me, and on the heavenly tablets the division of days is ordained, lest they forget the feasts of the covenant, and walk according to the feasts of the Gentiles, and after their error and after their ignorance. For there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon now. It disturbeth the seasons, and cometh in from year to year 10 days too soon. I wonder where the extra day came from. So we have 365. I wonder where that came from. And again, this year it's 366. I wonder where the extra day come from. For this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disturb the order, and make an abomination. make an abomination. I was checking the time on the video. The day of testimony, and an unclean day at a feast day, and they will confound all the days, the holy with the unclean, and the unclean day with the holy. For they will go as to the months and Sabbaths and feasts and jubilees. For this reason I command and testify to thee, that thou mayest testify to them, for after thy death thy children will disturb them, so that they will not make the year 364 only. And for this reason they will go wrong as to the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths and festivals, and they will eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh. Okay, so esoterically, I'm seeing something here where there's a correlation between the original 364 days that were ordained, man's now calendar of 365 days, forgetting the Sabbath, and then choosing Sunday, Christianity, choosing Sunday, most religions, choosing Sunday, the bottom of my right heel is throbbing. That's a chakra. Alexa, what are the chakra points on the foot?
The foot chakras are energy points located on the arch of each foot. They are part of the larger concept of chakras, which are energy centers in the body. The foot chakras are believed to affect various physical and emotional aspects of the individual. Reflexology, which is the study of these points, is a complementary and alternative medicine practice that seeks to promote health and well-being through the feet.
So let me see. I'm trying to see. It mentions points here, but it has an image. Oh, there we go. It has an image, but I don't. I was looking for I forget. I know the heel is the root chakra. I don't know if the arch, that's where it's throbbing right now. I don't know if the arch is it's green, so is that the heart chakra? I know that is the heart chakra. I'm not asking that question. I'm asking within myself, is the green chakra on the foot, is that on the arch part of your foot? Okay. So, but I wonder the correlation between letting go of the Sabbath, not being religious about the Sabbath, of course, but honoring it. Okay, it's for spiritual reasons and connecting and to be dedicated to highest divine white light. That's what the Sabbath is for, not Sunday. Okay, although every day is holy. And a correlation between adding to, it says, neither shall you add to or take away from the words of highest divine white light. But man has added a day to the calendar, and now generally the world overall, the earth overall, worships on Sunday rather than, that's the Lord. They consider it the Lord's day because of Yeshua's ascension, and not the Sabbath. I wonder if there's a correlation between those two. I don't know. So let's go ahead and okay, so let's see here. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll cover next, most likely tomorrow. I may take a day off. I don't know. We'll see. I was filling that this morning, so I may take some time off. Noah offers sacrifice, the cursing of Canaan, Noah's sons and grandsons, and their cities, Noah's admonitions. Okay, so that'll be the next reading as we journey through this book of Jubilees. Thank you so much as always. Again, subscribers, 3939 on the timer. Thank you so much, subscribers, for being a part of what is being shared here. Again, as always, feel free to share your perspectives, your spiritual downloads, and understanding about this. Perhaps you have journeyed through this book at some other time on your own. And you certainly can. Okay, so it's sacred. The website is sacred-texts.com. Okay, so thank you so much as always, and yeah, I look forward to sharing more with you moving forward, and be encouraged.